Past couple of quarters, I was with the junior high class and then the high school class. In those 2 quarters, we were studying the life of Christ. And I found it kind of interesting that every time we came across a miracle that a lot of times that Jesus performed, a miracle that Jesus performed, a lot of times there was only a few verses describing that event. But then here in John 9, we come across a miracle that the entire chapter is devoted to the miracle and its aftermath. And if you remember, John only records 7 signs. And this is one of the ones he chose. And this is the healing of a blind man. Now, that sounds like a run-of-the-mill miracle, right? And of course, there is no run-of-the-mill miracle, of course. But this man had been born blind. And that ends up being significant a little bit later in some of the discussion. But the disciples take notice of this man that's born blind, and then Jesus heals him. But he heals him on the Sabbath. And every time Jesus healed on the Sabbath, that caused a stir with the scribes and the Pharisees. And so once this has occurred this time, they follow suit. They go on the offensive, and they start to investigate this miracle. They do not believe that this man was blind. They see him walking around. They can clearly see that he can see now. But they did not believe that he was ever blind. They've already interrogated him. They're trying to figure out what's going on. He's given them testimony. He told them exactly how Jesus did it, the method he used. But yet they're still not satisfied. They don't even believe he's blind until they call his parents in. And once his parents declare, yes, this is our son, yes, he was blind. Now, there's a whole little interesting tidbit with their parents, but that's not what I want to focus on tonight. But here in John 9, starting in verse 24, the parents have said, just go ask him. He can answer for himself. Go ask him what's going on. Starting verse 24, so they again called the man who was blind and said to him, give God the glory. We know that this man is a sinner. Verse 25, he answered and said, whether he is a sinner or not, I do not know. One thing I know, though I was blind, now I see. The one thing he knew. And they come after him at that point. They're trying to tear down everything that he has come to know. But he clinches to this one thing he knows. He knew that he was blind, but now he can see. And then he uses that simple truth to completely reason them out the door. You know, when you start losing an argument, you start attacking the guy you're arguing with. That's what they started doing. They started calling him a sinner. They couldn't answer him anymore because he stood with this truth. Once I was blind, now I can see. You can't convince me otherwise of who this man is. And as he goes and they finally just have to throw him out. They can't do anything with him. He's reasoned it. And so if we can find that one thing, and we know what that one thing is. That one thing is, for God so loved the world. And if we can clinch on to that, it don't matter, Aaron, when your health starts failing. It don't matter when things don't go your way, when things devastate your plans. It don't matter when the wisdom of this world starts tearing down your faith. It don't matter when you're trying to live faithfully that your family's not with you. You have that one thing. You have that anchor that holds, that you can hold on to. And so if you need help finding that one thing, we can help you with that. It's simple to find. We can help you. And if we can help you in any way, please come forward as we stand and sing.